Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Waharakah, Kodash. And double honors to the apostles of the great millstone that have taught me what I know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Brekatham, to the 144,000 and including the 1/3 that push this truth in sincerity, and as well as to those that do follow, whom is the 1/3. And it's your brother Laban coming at you in another video for this week, which ties into prophecy, of course. And this news, has been brought to my attention. And, it's very well clear that as the time progresses, it's very well clear that we're becoming more right about what's going to be had in the future in regards to the mark, according to Revelations 13 and 16 all the way down to verse 17. Although you have many camps out there that don't agree with the interpretation of the mark, which the mark is indeed the implant that they will insert inside of your skin, or under the skin, let me just say it that way, and brain chips, which Neuralink has exercised the technology of the brain implant itself. So it's not like they don't have the technology. The technology is alive and working. All right. Now they having a few problems here and there, but the technology is in effect right now. So, it's very well clear what we're saying is the truth before it even came to pass. But when it does come to pass, then everybody that said, and I'm talking about these false camps, the naysayers are going to be even so well convinced of what we've been saying. They're going to have to be. Because there's only one truth, isn't it? So, without further ado, I want to get into this over here. World Economic Forum unveils mandatory brain implants to eradicate conspiracy theories. And, this makes a lot of sense nowadays because people are doing a lot of talking about, the cause and effect of the snake venom, which people were told to get, which, it came out that it was nothing more than an experiment anyway. But, people were persuaded to go and get their venom shots, have you well. Right. And a lot of evidence is showing that people are having negative effects after taking what they were persuaded to take by their own government under the guise of the World Economic Forum. So this is what's going on, and this is why there's a lot of pushback in regards to the government that people are under. Do they really trust them now? Because everybody has already taken the what, and it's got people looking at their government differently now. All right, so there's a point in this article, because this article speaks about a lot of stuff, but this article speaks on the point in regards to the head title, right? And that's what I want to get down to reading, which is over here. And I got the video too that I'm going to queue up as well. So anyway, this reads, according to Schwab, the son of the Third Reich industrialist, the brain implants will be rolled out inside 10 years. And there is nothing you can do about it. And he's absolutely correct. Why? The higher reason is because prophecy has it so, according to the book of Revelations 13 and 16. So even the elite that's pushing this thing. They can't prevent it because the Lord is going to will them to do it. And they're not going to be able to help that. Now, just to add to, I had a dream, which really wasn't a dream, it was a vision that I had in regards to this prophecy coming to pass. And, as I'm going to explain, I was in this dark room. And it was pretty much a store. It was more of like a tech type of store that I was in, and it was just dark. And I thought it was a store, but it wasn't really a store. I would liken onto it like a government facility. And I was using my hand to admit the database for it can work, and it had a biometric sensor on it. So I put my hands on the biometric sensor, my fist on it, excuse me, and it read every single thing that I had eaten came on the database in this government facility that I was in, right? And that was the end of the dream. That was it. And so I just wanted to just briefly bring that vision out, as I can still quite remember it because it was a couple of days ago. This New World Order system, which is coming indeed, which we're already in it, but the main thing which is going to make up the New World Order for what it's going to be is the mark. It's definitely on the verge of coming. It's right around the corner, and that's what I took to that dream that I had, or more effectively, let me just say it was a vision. Okay. So anyway, it reads, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, say that he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So this is what we're coming into. We're coming into that time where this mark, which everybody likes to naysay against, which everybody likes to gainsay against, is definitely going to be had, and it's going to be made mandatory. Countries around the world, major countries around the world for that matter, beginning with, are going to be using the biometric system. So much so, it's going to be made mandatory in that case for you to get the implant, in order for you to go buying every day in society. This is what's coming, man. So without me talking anymore about that vision and reading that scripture there, I want to show you this video over here, which was brought out in 2017, which was the point I was reading in that article, right?
Advancing very fast. Medical and biological progress and advancing very fast. But can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains, and I can immediately feel, because you all will have implants, and we measure your brain waves, and I can immediately tell you how the people react, or I can feel how the people react to your answers. Is it imaginable?
So again, this is, again, prophecy playing out. But when he said that, he reminded me of the film which came out years ago called 1984. And there was a scene in that film where the main actor was in this area, and the child was able to read his mind, his brainwaves, and what he figured is that he was a thought criminal. All right, so just imagine if Esau was to move forward, everybody that has an implant in the brain will be able to read your brain, read other people's thoughts, in figuring if this person is against the system because he's a thought criminal, right? So this is just what they have in mind. This is just an idea that they want to, actualize, but it ain't going to go that far because prophecy doesn't say anything in regards to a word like that anyway. But what it does say is that once they bring this implantable device together, this is the last prophecy which will be had, and it's going to be the end of the world. Okay? So once everyone takes that mark, that we're supposed to take the mark, which are not of the elect. They're going to take that mark, and then the Lord is going to make his second return after the nuclear destruction, or in the midst of the nuclear destruction, and all those that took the mark will be had in destruction. And let's read it in the book of Revelations 14, right? So this is the after the mark is initiated, and those that have taken the marks. And now let's even read this. And the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So that's what's going to be had. They're going to be destroyed by those nukes, and they're going to be destroyed. And if they survive the nukes, then guess what? They're going to be lasered by the angels or by Yahweh Shah himself. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receive the mark of his name. So there it is. So that's going to be the after. This is going to be the scenario after the initiation of the mark. Now, I don't know how long afterwards, but this is definitely certain to come, because obviously, as it is written, that we have a more sure word of prophecy. All right, so it could happen in the span of maybe weeks. It can happen in the span of maybe days, or it could be maybe in a month. Who knows? But this is for certain. After those that have received the mark in his image, this is going to be the recompense. Destruction will be had for them. All right. So yeah, that's all I got to say. And I want to read this too. This is Job 5 and verse 15. Not 15, but verse 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, and so that their hands cannot perform the enterprise. And the ultimate enterprise is indeed the New World Order system, which is also known as the image of the beast. The image of the beast is the New World Order system. That is their enterprise that they're finding it difficult to perform. There's a lot of pushback in regards to the VCs that people have taken, and now you have people all around the world that are saying, and we're not talking about just people, but we're talking about people in high positions in different countries, such as this individual over here down in Japan. He's announced that those that were against the venom, which was mandatory to be taken, the snake venom, right? He said that they were all right for what they said, and that he apologizes due to the amount of deaths that it's caused. Okay, so here's the video over here. I don't know if it has yeah, it has it right there, the transcript, so you can understand what he's saying. A biological inferno. Wow. Yeah, so this video is almost 5 minutes long. I'm not going to play all of it, but he was pretty much expressing that those that were against the were right, because of the amount of deaths that it's caused. So again, with a person like this, which, who is this person anyway? What's his? Yeah, the former, here he is. The World Health Organization starts in Japan with former Minister for International Affairs and Communications and current House of Representative Kazuhiro Harakushi kicking it off. So that's who this guy is. So, he's definitely a man that's in a high position. of the society that he's in Japan, an Ammonite at that. He ain't no fly by nighter. So I mean, if you got him talking against the VC, then of course people are gonna flock to what he's saying, and people are gonna agree to what he's saying anyway, because a lot of people are also sharing his sentiment. So again, a person like this that speaks against the VC, that's going to create a great deal of a pushback in Japan. And this is why this individual Tedros, which he was a corrupt prime minister of his country, and if I'm correct, I think he's Ethiopian or something like that. But he was a corrupt prime minister. Now he's the spokesman for the World Health Organization. There you go. He's the spokesman for the World Health Organization. What's his name? Something Tedros, man. That's the only name that I can remember of this guy, right? So they use him to be that guy to give word out there of what is what and what's going to be had in the future concerning these future, scaredemics and what have you. So that's pretty much all I got to say on this right here. I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashmi Awashai Bahashim Waharakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles of the great millstone that have taught me this truth, and also the bishops on down as well. Yahweh Bashmi Awashai Brakatham to the 144,000, and include the 1/3 that do follow. Shalom.